So let me begin by saying that the people that this video is directed at, you're going to know. And it's not directed at most people. But I learned a long time ago, especially since doing YouTube, that you're not going to make everybody happy. You cannot be genuine, you cannot tell the truth without upsetting some people. That's just the way it is. But I would rather hurt people's feelings with the truth than comfort them with a lie. And it doesn't matter what you're talking about. If you're talking about PC or consoles, Nintendo, whoever, somebody's going to get upset. You know, the other day I talked about how I was skeptical about HoloLens and told people that they should rein in their expectations and told them about reports about how the field of view wasn't nowhere as good as what it looks like on TV. And people got upset. When Master Chief Collection was released broken and I slammed Microsoft for not having a beta or releasing a broken game, people got upset. When the Xbox One was revealed and I said Sony won E3 and how the dashboard on release was several steps backwards from the 360, some people took it personally. Lately, I've been getting a lot of people upset on the Sony side. People claiming that all I do is bash PS4 because lately there's been several videos that I've put out that just weren't positive enough for them. I don't create negative or positive stories. If Sony would have come out and stated a few weeks ago that they had a killer exclusive lineup this year, instead of telling investors that their exclusive lineup was scarce and that they were more interested in investing in third-party content and media, that would have been a positive story instead of the negative one that I brought you. When I did the story on the BBC Watchdog show covering how Sony's refund policies were backwards and they were screwing people over, if the BBC had done a special on how great Sony's refund policies were and how they were going above and beyond the call to take care of gamers, that would have been a positive story. If Sony would have delivered Drive Club when they said they were going to and delivered the promise that they made over 800 days ago, that would have been a positive story instead of a negative one. If Sony were releasing the Uncharted collection with all the content that you originally played in the original collection on the PS3, or were going to charge less due to content being cut, that would have probably been a positive story rather than a negative one. Are you following me here? If Sony would have shown off more than just one AAA exclusive that we hadn't heard about before or during E3, then I might would have said that I thought Sony won E3. If Sony would have announced that they were fully backing Shenmue 3 because the fans wanted it, and they weren't talking about using Kickstarter now for more projects after seeing that that one was successful, then the tone of that video might would have been entirely different. Somebody asked me the other day, where's all the recent negative stories about Microsoft? They said, Microsoft does things that are worse than Sony. I said, give me an example. Post me the stories. I always take requests. If you want to send me a news story, you can post it in the comments section. I read all the comments. You can send it to me on Twitter. There's plenty of ways to get in touch with me to say, hey, I want you to talk about this. They came back and they said, well, I'm not talking about anything recently that happened. I'm like, what? So you want me to go dig up crap from 2013 to make you feel better? And who exactly is the fanboy here? And Microsoft does screw up, and I call them out whenever they do. You know, just a few weeks ago, I put up a video talking about how they should be the ones that tear down the multiplayer paywall because they're the ones that put it up. You don't pay to use your internet on PC games, so why do we have to do it for consoles? Microsoft's the one that started this. They should be the one that ends it. But I'm also going to give props when I think props are due and whenever they do things that are good for the consumers. Whenever they finally removed Kinect, that was a good thing. Whenever they add new features and they put out new updates and they're giving you AAA games that have release dates, those are all good things in my book, so I'm going to tell you about it. And the same thing goes for Sony. I'm going to tell you about things that they do good also. But I'm also going to call out BS when I see it. But here's the thing. If you watch one of my videos, or any video for that fact, or you read a comment, and the only thing that you can do is attack me personally, or call somebody a name like an Xbot or a fanboy or a Sony pony, if those are the only things that come to your mind, that means that you've lost. You're unable to defend the points that were actually made in the video or the comment. You apparently support companies remastering games and leaving out large sections of that game and charging a higher price for it. You support disabling consoles after accounts have been hacked. Or you don't care that companies aren't held accountable for something that they promised you or misled consumers on. And I mean, if that's your moral compass, that's fine. I think that's a pretty shitty compass you got there. And it's not mine. And whenever you just attack me or whoever else, what you're doing is called ad hominem. It means that instead of being able to debate the facts or logically lay out a, counter argument during a conversation, you have to resort to something that, most people experience in junior high. You have to go after somebody's character or try to tear them down because you have no counter argument. So when I read those attacks, it really only encourages me because I know that I've won. I know that that's the best that those people have. If you're looking to be babied, you need to go ask your mom or your meemaw or whoever for a hug. If you're looking for a cheerleader and you need your feelings and beliefs reinforced for your favorite plastic, I'm sorry, but you got totally lost and ended up here. And you're free to leave. If you haven't noticed, I don't beg people to comment, like, subscribe, or favorite at the end of all my videos. I figure if you got something to say, you're going to say it. If you're going to like it, you like it. If you're going to subscribe, you want to hear more, then you're going to do it. But if you haven't noticed, nothing's going to change. I'm going to tell you about stories that I think you may not be hearing about at other places. I'm going to tell you stories that I think are entertaining and worth talking about. And I might give you an alternate version of something that is being talked about. And I'm going to talk about stories that are in the news. And I'm going to keep on dropping the truth as I see it, no matter where the bombs may land, whether I'm doing videos for 100 people or thousands of people. So for everybody who is here because, they want to hear my opinion or take on something, that you want to hear stories that are in the news, you're here because you like being here. For that, I am grateful. And I really do love you all. I do it for me. I do it for the fans. For everybody who doesn't want to be here, get the hell out. Why torture yourself? Nobody's begging you to stay. Nobody's asking you to go through this turmoil by clicking on one of my videos that you know you're going to hate. And I welcome constructive criticism. I welcome stories that you want me to talk about. I welcome debate. But a lot of people don't have any of those skills. The only thing that they can do is attack. But the truth is like the sun. I mean, you can shut it out for a little bit, but it ain't going away. And I'm a strong believer in that the only people who are going to be mad at you for telling the truth are those that are living a lie. That does it for me, the Red Dragon. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.